how to turn your yard's dirt into a garden with great soil. A 5-year plan, creating soil diversity. The subdivision dilemma is almost everywhere. Stripping all the topsoil and returning just enough to grow sod. Does this look familiar to you? This is how bad our soils are. This idea of growing inside soils that are not very good is the beginning of all this. This is what I started in my garden, with a great draining gravelly soil. The first step was to remove all the bigger rocks and start with a grainy sandy soil, enriching it with organic matter. Your hands will give you lots of clues on what you need to do with your soil. Once you touch that shovel, be aware that it's hard to let it go again. Knowing what your soil is supposed to feel like, what it is supposed to look like, and what it is supposed to do for your plants is the starting point of your 5-year conversion plan, allowing you to grow anything in your newly created soils. If you want to create great soil in your garden, you have to put in the hard work. You have to understand that soil has to be a diverse medium. It has to have all kinds of different materials in it to become very strong in micronutrients and microorganisms. The more diverse your micronutrients and your microorganisms are in your soil, the better your soil is and the better you're going to be able to grow almost anything. We started here in this place. It was basically a gravel pit. The process was very simple to get our soil into a position where it could support life in an incredible way. The process was very, very clear, and I want to show you this process in a reenactment, how we actually did it. The first step, and I'm going to show a video of this, is we always filtered the gravel, the material that we started with here. We filtered all the bigger stones out, got rid of them, and we get all the bigger rocks out. And then we started to add other materials to our gravelly, well-draining, sandy soils. So the process was very simple. We got the soil, the gravel, sand, whatever you want to call it, to a state where it is very, very, very fine. Like this is almost great for mixing mortar. So we would use this material. We would start with that. Then we would, and this is all from our same lot, we have this sandy clay type material. It is loaded with rocks, unfortunately, so we always got those out. So we would mix this in. We would do another search for rocks, get them out. Then we would come back with other materials like pine needles. Then we also had good topsoil on this lot. So topsoil that was ready to grow things. And we would add this to it as well. And we have also, we also collected all kinds of leaves and twigs and branches. And everything hasn't decomposed yet. We're actually using raw materials instead of having it decomposed. And all we did is we would mix this up. So we have the soil triangle in here, although not being decomposed yet, but the soil triangle is nonetheless here. It's clay, humus, organic matter, and the sandy material.
we would mix this up really well. So this looks like a material that you would never recognize as a growing medium. We consider this a growing medium. And what I mean by that is we get enough soil on top, enough granular material on top, and we will seed this. We seed this with plants that do extremely well here for ground cover, for cover crops. You know, we use radishes, daikon, alfalfa, lettuces, whatever grows really fast, we seed this in here right away. We don't wait for anything to decompose. We are into the green matter right away. We don't wait. And a lot of people will say, well, you can't grow in something that hasn't decomposed yet. That's completely not really the truth. This material, the way it is right here, is ready to go. It will grow very effectively and very fast. So don't wait. Get your soil conditioned, get your soil diverse, get the seeds in here, and do this to as many areas in your garden as you can, because this material diversity of different materials in this soil will make this incredibly powerful as a growing medium immediately. Please remember that, immediately. There's no waiting time for this. The little bit of clay, the little bit of grainy sand, the little bit of pine needles, a little bit of leaves. This will all create a unified, diverse soil that will grow plants very, very quickly and very profusely. So to go from a gravel pit to this is a huge improvement for the soil, because this soil is now made up of different materials. The pine needles contribute something differently. The leaves that are going to decompose, they contribute something differently. Everything contributes something to this soil makeup. Now, the moment you add plants to this, seeds or plants or whatever you put in this medium, that will have such a positive effect on this soil. It'll help with the decomposition. It will help with the soil structure. It will help with unifying these different materials to make a unified organic soil. Life creates life. Remember that. Your soil, once it's being planted, once it's growing, once these weeds get in here, it'll turn into a different material. Use this to your advantage. Use this concept of conditioning your crappy soil or your crappy dirt into great soil. It's not hard. It's just a bit of extra work. It's just a little bit of imagination, and it's just a little bit of not thinking that your soil is productive right away. That is the biggest problem. Most people, they want to finish the composting process. They want to finish how they add soil to their garden. None of that matters. Get as many diverse materials into your soils as you possibly can. Collect them from your neighborhood. Collect them from the side of the road. Get all these materials into your garden. Get them cultivated, rotated, and start growing right away. This sieve here is one of the most important tools you can have in this process. What we always do is we filter out this sandy gravel and we get all the bigger rocks out. And we use this for one other process, and that is we'll have this sandy soil on the other side, and we'll take this and mix it again with topsoil. And by using this filtration system of the mesh, the two materials are mixed better. So a lot of times what we've done is we've created our soils and then we've sieved them again. And that makes them, the distribution, a lot better in the final product on the other side. And it makes a big difference because you have this granular separation that is fantastic. And everything is more dispersed and distributed correctly. Makes a big difference having one of these guys. So if you're going to condition your soil, make yourself something like this, dead simple. This is a piece of scaffolding with a piece of wire in front of it. Make sure to have this in this process of creating great soil.